Dr. Stephanie here, and today we're talking about grip strength. I get a lot of questions about how do I improve my grip strength, how do I improve my hand strength. Maybe you have difficulty lifting heavier weights if you're weightlifting because you have a hard time holding onto the weights, or opening jars are hard, or even opening doors are hard, and you just want to learn how to improve your grip strength. They've also done some studies that show that higher grip strength means you're going to live longer. And I don't know if that's true, but the studies look promising that if you have really good grip strength, it's going to help you live longer. So who wouldn't want to have better grip strength? So we're going to go through some exercises that will help you strengthen your grip and strengthen your hands. And I think it just makes you feel better too, because then you feel stronger, you feel like you can do things like open a jar, like lift heavier weights, and you don't have any pain or discomfort in your hands either. So these exercises, while they'll strengthen your grip, they can also help reduce any hand, thumb, wrist, or elbow pain as well. So I'm going to start with these two tools these are from a company called Naboso, and I will link them below, but there's a hand activation kit, and I really like it because they help build grip strength and they kind of help loosen up your hands as well. So they're good if you want to lift weights or if you play a sport with your hands. So we're going to go through just two things with this. There's a ball and it has little spikes on it, so there's kind of a texture. And this is just good for kind of rolling between your hands. It just kind of wakes up the nerves in your hands and gets your hands ready to kind of grip onto something. So this is good too if you have any pain in your hands or your thumb. So you just kind of roll it together, kind of activate all those nerves in your hands. Kind of feels good too, like a massage. So I just do that for about 30 seconds, just kind of roll that ball together, and you'll see it feels pretty good. Okay, so that's just kind of to activate. But the other thing that comes in that kit is this little ball. It also has texture on it. I guess it's a ball. It's kind of oblong, but it's for grip strength, and it's kind of, so you just squeeze it. And you can actually, if you don't have this and you don't want to purchase these, you can grab any kind of ball and just squeeze it. I like this because it's a good shape for squeezing, and it has the little texture on it, so it's kind of waking up those nerves in your hands as well. But this is one of the best things you can do for grip strength, is grab a ball, like a tennis ball, or like a stress ball, or something you can squeeze, and just squeeze it. And you can do it throughout the day, or you can do it at least 30 times in a row. So just squeeze, hold for a second or two, and relax. Squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. So you can see a little better. I'll show you here. It's just this little oblong shape, and you just squeeze and relax. And it has these little textures, so if you can see my hand here, it has those little bumps on it, and that really shows that it's kind of waking up those nerves in my hands. And it seems like it might hurt, but it actually feels pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna get into some other exercises. I like to use a kettlebell for grip strength. So if you have a kettlebell, go ahead and grab that. If you don't, you can use a regular dumbbell or just something heavy. And for this one, the first one we're doing, the heavier the better. But if you don't have anything heavy, or you're not comfortable lifting something heavy, that's okay. But really, just hold on to this kettlebell or dumbbell if you have it, or even you could use a jug of milk if you don't have those, and you just walk around holding it. And that works on your grip strength because you're having to hold on to that weight, and it's a little bit heavier than just, like a simple object you might walk around with. And you want to walk around just for like a minute or two, and then you can take a break, and you can actually do that again. And you can do it in both hands, but just walking and holding that weight works on your grip strength because you're having to hold on. You don't want to drop it. So you're just holding it like this. So after you do that, the next thing you're going to do is hold it up. And you can hold it up at like shoulder level, and then you can actually work on pushing it all the way up. But I like to start at shoulder level and just hold it here, because then you're working on your grip. You have to grip onto it, and then you also have to hold it up. So again, you want to do this for a minute or two, and if that's too difficult at first, you can just do it for 15-20 seconds and then relax and repeat. But this is working on your grip strength. It's also working on shoulder strength, because you're really having to hold on to that weight, And I like the kettlebell for this one because you have to hold it up, like bottoms up. So it's a little bit harder because you have to keep it balanced there. Okay, so then we're going to get into a couple others. These two, we're going to use a dumbbell. And so for grip strength, it's important that we work on our hands, but it's also important that we work on our forearms and elbow, actually the whole arm, because everything is connected, and the stronger your shoulder, the stronger your elbow is, the stronger your hand will be. So we're going to grab a dumbbell. You can do 2 at the same time if you want to, but we're going to do a hammer curl where we just rotate up like that and use a weight that is challenging. You want to be able to lift it, so if you go and you can't do 10 in a row, it's probably too heavy. But if you do 10 in a row and you're like, that was pretty easy, you probably need to go up in weight. But we're really working on this brachioradialis, this muscle right here, and that goes down your forearm. So the stronger that is, the stronger your hand and wrist will be. So you want to do a set of 10, and then you can repeat that 2 or 3 times. And you can do that on both arms. You can do them at the same time if you want to. But then again, you're working on grip strength as well because you have to hold on to this dumbbell while you do it. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to do a pronation and a supination. And for this one, you might need a lighter weight, and you can also support your elbow. But you're just going to rotate the weight out as far as you can, and then in as far as you can. And this works on forearm strength, but it also works on grip strength because it's tough to hold on to the weight while you do this. So you do want to make sure you use a heavy enough weight, but again, you don't want it to be too challenging where you feel like you can't hold it or you can't do 10 in a row at all. So just back and forth, you want to do 2 to 3 sets of 10. You may even use a different weight on each hand, just depending on how strong each arm is. But all of those exercises will work on building that grip strength. Sometimes I like to take that little ball that I used first after I did that because your hands might be a little bit sore from holding onto those weights. So you just kind of roll out your hands on this ball again. I'll show you this ball. It's this little red ball, texture again, and you just roll it between your hands. You can do it like this, or if you want to do one hand, you can put it on a table and just roll it. And there'll be some texture on your hand, and it'll just feel pretty good to kind of loosen up those muscles in your hands. You can do that as long as you really want to. But all of those exercises will work on building that grip strength and just make you feel stronger throughout the day doing things. And like I said, like the studies have said, maybe it'll make you live longer too. So try doing those, and hopefully that helps improve your grip strength.